And now to honor America. Those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to please stand or remove your hats and place your hand over your heart. As Prescott High School senior Zach Hogan sings our national anthem. Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to tonight's Volleyball Conference matchup between the Ellsworth.
Everybody, greetings from the nest. This is PCTV, Prescott Cable TV, and Prescott Cardinal TV, streaming on YouTube for several years now. Remember, the opinions expressed in our broadcasts are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views, beliefs, or positions of PCTV, Prescott School Districts, their affiliates, or employees. I'm your announcer, Tracy Budworth. I'm here with Luke and Ayla on the cameras, Heather and Emmett in the control room, and producer Larry M. We are currently hearing the starting lineup for Ellsworth.
And number 14, a sophomore, May Peterson. Head coach of the Panthers is Emily Feedy. Introducing the starting lineup for the Cardinals of Prescott. Number 1, a junior, Grace Patak. At the barrel, a sophomore, number 3, Michaela Johnson. Number 5, a senior.
Prescott looks to be going with their regular starters. The girls are throwing candy again tonight. Never makes it quite all the way up here to me.
Number 11, a freshman, Evelyn Edinga. And number 12, a junior, Delaney Nelson. Head coach of the Cardinals is Jeff Snyder.
Okay, starters for Ellsworth. We have number 1, libero, Julia Boyle. Number 6, Ada Erlinson. Number 10, Olivia Marr. Number 11, Reese Matzik. Number 12, Maggie McCarty. Number 14, May Peterson. And number 7, Olivia Gilbertson. Per usual, we've got Michaela Johnson waiting for the all clear to pop on. We've got Grace Patak, Delaney Nelson, Ella Pacek, Amanda Miller, Emmeline Eniga, and Ruby Burnick for Prescott. All right, we had Ellsworth out of system here. We end up with, I believe, Emlyn in the net for Prescott, giving Ellsworth the point. Okay, and there is another one of those 30-degree angle kills from Amanda Miller for the point. Ruby Bernick's first serve goes off of Boyle's arm. Okay, so we do have a score of 2-2 right now. Ellsworth takes the serve back. And we have Gillertson with an ace. Just clipped off Grace's arm. And another attack and kill from Amanda Miller brings Eniga back to serve. Okay. That one, Matzek's attack went long. Sorry about that. Mars' attack went long. Little blooper gets over, and we had someone from Prescott in the net. That's 2 net calls on Prescott so far. Okay, lots and lots of, there was a little bit of ping pong action going on there. Ellsworth's middle, number 12, McCarty. She had to do a lot of jumping there. And another kill from Miller, this time coming from the right side. Amanda is now going back to serve.
Miller serving for Prescott.
Okay. Miller's serve is out. Erlinson back to serve for Ellsworth Panthers. Okay, so Grace Patak had a nice little save with a set a little close to the net. She managed to keep the ball in play and keep herself out of the net. We get the point on a long attack, and Pahacek is serving. Okay. Number 10, Olivia Maher goes through the block.
Mayer serving.
And my apologies. Mr. Ryan over here is pronouncing her name Mare, so I will do the same. Mare's serve goes long. Prescott gets a free ball. And Delaney Nelson sends it long from the middle. Libero Boyle serves into the net, bringing our very own libero, Michaela Johnson, back for her shot at serving. All right, Mae Peterson's attack is touched. Sends it long, but gets the point out of it.
Testing.
Say hi, Stephen.
Hello. And oh my goodness, we are walking into a show tonight.
Yes, yes. You know, it's that whole Highway 10 battle.
One for the history. I don't know how long ago it started, but it's always been one, whether it's been football, volleyball, softball. It's been intense all around. And we're looking to see how yet another one of these historic matchups goes down.
Yep. Okay, Carly Wall sends that last one long. And we, just like that, have Ellsworth ahead now by 4 after Amanda, well, I think she just miscalculated the distance. Her plan was good.
It was a good look. Just ended a little outside that line. Set goes again to Miller. Going for the light tap. The block has barely managed to getting that over. Goes deep, Johnson to set.
All right.
And Miller's spike gets over the net.
Stephen, I think that is her 4th kill already, I believe.
Wow.
I believe that one is her 4th kill.
And there we go. Bernick serving for Prescott. Cardinals down 3.
Oh,
we got a free ball.
Emlyn was definitely going to go up and nail that one. Changed her mind last minute. Last second even, yeah.
Let's Amanda Miller get up and put down a point. Cardinals only now down 2, 12-10. Bernick again serving, hoping to tie the score.
Great dig from Ruby.
And good tap, and she gets
there
the
we
touch.
Go. Nice placement from Emmeline Eniga. Just nice, just a nice little tap.
One of those close balls, you gotta watch it. Credit to the Ellsworth defense. They managed to recover from a scramble.
They really did recover from that one. Amanda did send that one out again.
Another good look trying for the cross through the middle.
Yep.
Sends a serve back. Eniga's spike blocked. Tries again. And they're going to say no touch.
Oh.
And that is an incredibly close ball.
I don't know, Steven.
Then again, you also got to give credit to these people. That's what they get paid for.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Ace serve for Ellsworth. Puts them up 4 and is going to lead Prescott Cardinals to take their first time out.
Yeah, I always have to remind myself that the line judges, the key there is line, right? They're right there. So I can think it's out all I want or in all I want. But look where we're sitting.
And even some of those times, I've helped be a line judge for PCR
Yeah,
volleyball
yep.
games, actually. And they literally, they tell you, your one job, look at that line.
Yep. Yep. You don't take your eye off of that line. Yeah. Well, I ref at, the middle school NC team level, and I don't have the luxury of line judges, so I have to be my own line judge right up there. I every once in a while get a little help from the people in the stands, but
coming out of the timeout, Ellsworth up 4, 15-11. Gilbertson serving for Ellsworth. Set goes up to Eniga. Good dig to the libero, and the spike across is going to go out of bounds.
that was Olivia Mayer, who has done pretty well so far. That might be the first one she's sent out.
Deep serve by Eniga, goes for the cross. Prescott managing the dig, sends it back over. That block is going to manage to roll over the tape, laying down on Prescott's side. And that's a tricky ball to hit when you have that much spin.
Yeah.
And it ends up kind of going almost parallel to where you think it is. Another good serve by Ellsworth, set up to Amanda Miller.
And there she is with another one.
That's something I'm hoping we get used to for all the season and maybe even into the playoffs.
Yes, yep.
It's going to give Cardinals the ball down 3, 13-16. Miller on the serve. Set goes up to Bernick, and Patak drops the hammer.
Yes, very nicely done. Very nicely done from Grace. Great bump set from Ruby after Ella took the dig on that one. Okay, Amanda goes into the net on her second serve.
Erlinson serving for Ellsworth.
It's going to send Ada Erlinson back to serve for Ellsworth. And that thing has some power on it. Prescott looks like they're going to manage to be able to recover that. Sends it back over to Ellsworth. And their subsequent spike is going to send it out of bounds. And that looked like it was going to get scrappy there for a second, but Prescott managed to send it back over and reset themselves. Got to give credit to that back line. It's improved significantly. And the set, Nelson goes up and goes back. They're going to call it just out of bounds.
Okay. I'm not sure because this line judge gave the indication that it was a touch.
They're going to overturn that.
Yeah.
Looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication since it landed on that corner. You had the line judge on the left saying one thing and the one closest to our corner saying the other. It's going to give Prescott a point, and now they're just going to be down 1 point, 16-17. Hachik serving. Bump up set, here's Wall. And down it goes.
Very nice, very nice.
That's going to lead to a tie score at 17. And now Ellsworth is going to choose to take a timeout. While we're at it, we're just going to take a quick moment to thank our Booster Club members. American Legion Post 61, Sternhouse Chevrolet, Troy Insurance Agency, First National Bank of River Falls and Prescott, Heart, Hands, and Mind Child Care, Helmer Printing in Ellsworth, Wisconsin, New Adventures Learning Center, Prescott Family Dental, PC Bonkers, Tax IGA, River City Stitch, Shangri-La Salon, Prescott Tourism Committee, Wisconsin Credit Union, Word of Mouth Detailing, and all of our YouTube and cable viewers. Thank you. And I'm going to keep giving you guys your daily reminder. Mark those calendars. January 10th, Winterfest. Going to be a great time. Didn't manage to figure out what band's going to be playing there, but hopefully I'll have that for you guys next game.
That's your homework. That's your homework.
They give me enough of that already. Yeah, looking forward to that. Anyone watching, they're going to kind of get the little sneak peek into that.
All right, so we're back to play.
It's going to start with a Prescott serve, and a little miscommunication at the front line is going to send the ball into the net on Ellsworth's side.
I believe, I could be wrong. Too. I could be wrong, but it looked like that was meant to be a shoot set and just didn't get out quite far enough. Goes off our block a little hinky. And it gives control back to Ellsworth.
You can kind of see, just like the game Tuesday night, it's not going to be one where either team's willing to give up easily. A little bit of miscommunication in that back line. Ball goes up to Grace Patak, who drops another hammer. And that's something that you can always rely.
Yeah.
As much as she's a great backline player, once she gets up, you can tell those Ellsworth players, they're starting to watch, like, oh, we gotta watch out, this is coming in hot.
Well, and she can power through on either side. I'd love to see what she could do in the middle. She's quick, you know. We've got two great middles, but it'd be interesting just for the heck of it to see.
Attack serve is gonna end up being a little floaty and go out of bounds. It's gonna put us back to a tie score at 19.
We're just trading points now.
Boyle serving for Ellsworth. It's going to send a wall up to the cross. It's going to end a little deep. I'd say early on, that's the main thing that these Prescott players need to watch. They're getting the right looks, they're getting the right sets. It's mainly just that control when they're coming down.
Yeah, we do have a tendency to to not get to have too much flat rather than a drive down. But we didn't have to worry about that one from Emmeline. Emmeline was driving right down.
Managed to get right below that block. Sends Johnson up to serve, tied at 20. And Ellsworth is going to find that campfire.
Yeah, we are struggling, especially on our right side here, to close that block. We're not getting up close enough to each other. And
set comes up to Miller. Drops back. It almost looked like it was going out of bounds, but the Ellsworth player kept it in. Gives another set, this time across to Eniga. Goes way back. Ellsworth on a scramble, manages to come back over, and a great dig by Michaela Johnson. And neither of these teams want to give this up.
Very nice.
And a power cross is going to end up out of bounds.
Boy, that was a battle.
That was a great play.
That was a battle.
Both teams were fighting very hard for that.
All right, Ruby Burnick is back to serve. She's really been strong back there. Oh.
A little bit of confusion at that front line.
A little bit of a lack of a communication, I think, there.
And you can hear Coach Snyder, he's telling these players this. Talk.
Yep.
Big part of volleyball. We'll hopefully see that improve over the course of this game. Gilbertson serving out for Ellsworth. Eniga dropping another hammer. And that's 2 in a row. She's gotten past that block on the left side. That's impressive.
She's getting exactly what she needs to get on those attacks.
Tied at 22. She's going to go back to serve. They really like playing that right side cross. Prescott managing to recover. Patak gives the tap over. Now they're going to go from the left side. A little bit of confusion on who's going for that ball in the middle. Patak trying to her best to get her hand on it. Ends up rolling off.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if Grace just had too much momentum going that way. I did hear Michaela.
It's an awkward spot.
Yeah, yep.
Set goes up, Amanda Miller. Ellsworth sends it back over. A little confusion on who's getting the bump. Goes up to Patak. And that is something I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of.
She really, really can just. There is just so much power behind that little tiny skinny thing. Okay.
Coming out, Amanda Miller's serve goes out of bounds.
Yep, that one goes long. Amanda's struggling a little bit back there tonight. She's had 2 go long, 1 into the net.
That's going to send Ellsworth to set point. If there's a time for the defense to step up, it's now. Olivia, wrong person, but the serve is going to end up rolling off of Eniga's hands. And Ellsworth is going to take set 1.
And that right there is just one of those things that's just going to come with time and a little bit more experience. You know, Emmeline does play a lot of club volleyball, but it's just kind of that court awareness, knowing where you are and being able to realize that, okay, this ball is high, I'm going way up here to hit this, and I'm this far back. This is an out serve. And that, you know, again, that just comes with time and experience.
Absolutely. It's just kind of like all things.
Yep.
Learning to write your name, anything. It's just an acquired skill. The more you do, the better you get at it.
Yep, absolutely.
But coming out of that set, it managed to stay pretty close overall. A couple of little mistakes on both sides. A couple of serves going into the net. A little bit of trouble in kind of the middle of each team's court. We'll kind of see how both the teams choose to address that.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I think that's going to be really tonight's decider of who can hold up that defense. You have some really good offensive hitters and you have a really good defense in blocks, but once it gets past the blocks, it gets kind of shaky. And I think whoever's stronger on that is going to have a very good chance to win tonight.
Well, and I do think Prescott's got to get more contact in those blocks. You know, it's slipping through the gaps there, and I think if we can get more contact on those blocks, we're going to see more success.
Absolutely. So. I think you see that a lot just in general, is that there's kind of this mixed fear about going up for a block. You get high enough, great. You have the right timing, great. But you also got to worry about the net.
Yeah.
How close you are, what kind of angle your hands are at. It's just a very complex skill. And frankly, the fact that there's freshmen that are able to kind of keep up on that on the varsity level, especially those front players like Emmeline Eniga, who's been on that left side a lot. It's been pretty impressive to see.
Okay, both teams are on the court, ready to go. Johnson has been ushered in on Prescott's side. Boyle has been ushered in on Ellsworth's side, and we are ready. Ellsworth's going to start with the set, or the serve in this set.
Starting off Reese Matzik. Set to Wall, and it's a good look. She tried to slice it across, ended up rolling into that net. It's going to give Ellsworth the first point in set 2. For anyone just joining in, Ellsworth took the first set 23-25. Both these teams are willing and ready to fight, and Prescott immediately responds. Kill by Miller. I think this is the most fired up we've seen the student section all season.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's good to see, the fact that people are willing to come to these games, even though they got a lot of stuff going on. It's good to see in any community. It's getting a little messy. Both teams trying for the tip over. They're going to call the Ellsworth tip inbounds.
Okay, all right.
And that got messy on both sides there. Ellsworth ended up kind of coming over the top at the last second. got their hands on it. And a great dig by Grace Patak.
Okay.
Great dig. Prescott looks like they're kind of struggling to keep it together. Coach Schneider's going to kind of tell them, reset, focus. You guys can do this.
Yeah.
Finally got their first win against
Schneider's
Amory.
over there doing the just relax.
More communication, miscommunication in that campfire. Ellsworth right now has a lot of momentum. Olivia Gilbertson serving again, and that's going to be an ace. And Coach Schneider is going to choose to take an early timeout. And that's probably a good call.
Okay.
And actually looking at it,
Coach Schneider has actually just taken Ella Pahacek back. I don't know if she.
Not sure if there's an injury or anything there.
Band-Aid
We'll keep you guys updated on that as we get more information.
We do have, but the trainer's not heading that way, so.
Hopefully nothing too bad to worry about. She's going to be able to come back quickly in that timeout.
All right.
Which is good news, but hopefully this timeout gives that Prescott defense kind of a chance to recover, reset, kind of refocus. Gonna come out of the timeout. Still Olivia Gilbertson serving for Ellsworth. They're gonna send the set up to Emily Onega. Comes back across. Good dig by Patak, but now Ellsworth has a free ball. Olivia Mayer sends it over. Johnson getting under it. That's kind of a floater by Onega. Ellsworth still managing to come back across. And the hammer by Amanda Miller. And that is some great placement.
You know, I'm not in any of these, the Ellsworth players' mind, but for some reason, I have a feeling that their thought is, oh, Miller, it's going to Miller again. She is just very dangerous.
Absolutely. Great dig by Onega, keeping the drive alive. And Miller again goes up, and that's another kill.
And that one, she backed off, and I don't think that Ellsworth was at all prepared for her to back off like that. I mean, she doesn't back off very much at all.
And that's kind of the other part about changing up the amount you hit things and how much force you kind of put into that ball. It adds to a level of unpredictability. And Amanda Miller's gotten very good at that, and she's going to end up getting another point. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's 3 in a row from her, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I think that is, yeah.
Onega still back to serve, now only down 1.45. And a good serve. They're going to go across to Olivia Maher, but she's going to hit the net.
Got the tape on that one.
And that's going to put it at a tie score. And again serving.
Out of
up in the backfield. This time
very
using for a tap.
Smart.
Good move.
Very smart by Ruby Bernick to back off of that one, because boy, did she ever want to take that one. All right.
And it looked like a good read. They're going to call that ball inbounds. That was a great placement on that line.
It really was.
Especially when you kind of have to go back to like your non-dominant side. It's a really hard ball to get. A little bit of confusion as it goes over.
Okay.
Patak almost got it, but was blocked. And they're going to call four touches.
Yep, 4 touches on our side.
That's going to send Mae Peterson back to serve for Ellsworth. Set goes up to Miller, who goes across. Got another one coming back to Olivia Mayer.
Okay, nice slow down. That's great. Oh.
That goes across, ends up just missing that.
Yeah, I think she decided she was going to back off. And
good look, just kind of overthought it a little bit.
Yeah, just ended up catching her hand just a little strange there.
The other serve by May Peterson is going to end up out of bounds. It's going to bring Prescott back to serve.
Current score is Prescott 6, Ellsworth 8. We have Lainey Matzik subs in to serve.
And one serve and an ace. I might be wrong, but I think that's her first varsity start, and that's a great way to do it.
Definitely, yeah, I think it is her first varsity serve.
Good block by Prescott. Ball comes back over. Low confusion, Bernick.
Okay,
sending
good
it back.
job.
There comes the set to Maddie McCarty, who sends that thing flying.
Really nice attempt at that dig by Lainey. She got a piece of it.
And honestly, I think you gotta take a closer look at that spike. That was it's kind of like a rubber band as it kind of falls through that motion. That was a great spike. Ellsworth serve, managing to get that 50 right over the tape. That's Ada Erlandson. It's going to be another low serve. Nelson sends it over. Ball goes deep. And the set to Grace Patak. It's going to end up rolling out of bounds. And that's not something that we normally see from Grace Patak, missing 2 of those in a row.
Yeah, I think she's just got to take a couple deep breaths.
And a great tap.
Very good read. Really good read on the block by Grace.
It's going to send Ella Pahachik back to serve for Prescott, down 3, 8-11. Mayer on the cross, and it's good. And that's something that kind of similar to how we saw with Evelyn Onega on that left side. Olivia Mayer's been doing a great job on that left cross.
We're struggling on the block right now. We're
some confusion on the bump trying to set that, and Coach Snyder's going to choose to take his second timeout. And it's looking a little rough right now for the Cardinals. We're kind of seeing a couple mistakes, a couple bits of miscommunication. It's probably another good idea by Coach Snyder to kind of take another timeout, reset his players. A lot like what we saw in the other game versus Amory.
Yes, yep.
I think that's going to kind of be the key also, is whoever has this mental, because not only do you kind of have the pressure of, oh, you're playing this game, but hey, you're playing your school rival. It's going to be important for both these teams to stay composed. There's a quick rally by Coach Snyder. Hoping to see a little bit of improvement coming out of that timeout. It's going to send Olivia Mayer back to serve for Ellsworth. They're up 5, 13-8. And Ellsworth is going to start off with an ace. Great serve dropping into that campfire. Mayer looking for a second. A little bit of a scramble, good push by Delaney Nelson. And we've got a set Nelson on the tap, blocked by Ellsworth. Emily Onega not willing to give that up though. And a good move by Michaela Johnson.
Well done. Well done by Prescott. Staying in it, continuing to fight.
It's going to send Taylor Sterud back to serve. She checks in for the first time this game. It's going to be a little too much on that serve. And Grace Patak is going to check back in. Boyle serving for Ellsworth. Here comes a set to Carly Wall, and this time she gets past the block. And that's something they needed. They needed to kind of get a chip to slow down that Ellsworth momentum right now. And hope that they can start something up. It's going to send Michaela Johnson back to serve. It's going to be a low. They're going to manage to keep it alive, though. Great move by Boyle. And Miller is going to send it flying, and it's going to stay in bounds. Good looking, good placement, keeping it on that line.
Down by 4 right now. Johnson's still serving for Prescott. And she goes deep.
You can see kind of some of that crowd pressure right now starting to get to the Cardinals a bit too. And you got to remember, this is still an average young team.
Yes.
So having some of that crowd pressure is definitely going to also be a challenge tonight. Set goes up to Miller, goes for the tap. Ellsworth block reads that.
Okay. Yep, that one little off on the timing as far as the set and attack went. So she did just have to.
Reese Matzik on the serve for Ellsworth, up 6. And Miller dropping another hammer. And if there's anyone that's not going to give up when things get tough, you can trust it to be Amanda Miller. Kind of restarting this offensive momentum and sending Prescott back to serve. It's going to send Ruby Burnick back, one of Prescott's better servers. Ends up being a little too horizontal. It goes out of bounds. And we're getting to the point where Prescott needs to stop if they want to take the set.
Well, and they need to get serves in.
Absolutely.
If you can't get the serve in, you just can't win a game without being.
Great spike by Eniga. Ends up being 4 touches. A little bit of confusion on that bump.
But nice try. I mean, they were all moving. We are down by 7 now in the second set. Scores 12-19.
Olivia Gilbertson serving for Ellsworth. They go for the deep touch. Eniga on a love tap. Here's a free ball, goes up to Amanda Miller, and the hammer is dropped again. Just continues to be another difficult ball to stop, especially when Amanda Miller places it in that middle spot.
We need a few of our other hitters to be on like that as well tonight.
Confusion, Eniga keeping it alive. And Pahachik sends it back over. Sets up the free ball. Ends up just getting over that ticker tape. And that's a very closely timed ball.
Just a little too far off the net for the block on that one. But she was up. Timing was great. She was up with It's
going to send Peterson back to serve. And good eyes by that Prescott back line. It goes out of bounds. Both teams choosing to make a couple substitutions.
So
Lainey Matzik and Delaney Nelson
is going to come back in and serve again.
That's a good serve. Getting the set, goes up to Patak. Cross, Ellsworth looking to respond. And Gilbertson fires a laser. And that's just some more good placement by Ellsworth, especially from that far back. It's a hard shot to make. Credit to Gilbertson on that shot. Good fake out by Patak. And a good block that's going to end up out of bounds. And that's a close call and a good try. The angle is just a little too steep. Prescott down 8. Here's a good set up to Nelson. Good dig, and the ball hits the net.
Really,
We're gonna call 4 touches.
Really good positioning by Ellsworth defense. They just really kind of seem to be anywhere we hit, anywhere we try to place the attack, they're right there. Little confuzzlement over here on the Ellsworth side.
It's going to shorten the gap to 6. And great solo block by Delaney Nelson.
That was very nice.
And that's something that she's been good at, and hoping she gets more playing time. She's been very good at kind of resetting the Prescott back line and making those solo plays. And some more confusion. That gives the Cardinals another point, and Ellsworth is going to take their first timeout. And it looks like Ellsworth is starting to get a little bit lost on that. But while we're in the timeout, we're going to take another quick moment to thank our Booster Club members.
American Legion Post 61, Cerna House Chevrolet, Croy Insurance Agency, First National Bank of River Falls and Prescott, Heart, Hands and Mind Child Care, Helmer Printing in Ellsworth, Wisconsin, New Adventures Learning Center, Prescott Family Dental, PC Bonkers, Patak's IGA, River City Stitch, Shangri-La Salon, Prescott Tourism Committee, Wisconsin Credit Union, Word of Mouth Detailing, and all of our cable and YouTube viewers. January 10th, Winterfest Prescott style.
That's
it's gonna be a kicking good time.
Hoping to see everybody there. Coming out of timeout, it's going to be Ella Pahachik serving for Prescott. Down 4. Set up to Nelson. Goes deep, is a little too horizontal on the touch. It's going to bring Ellsworth up to 23, and this is where we really need to see that Prescott defense step up. Mayer on the serve.
Nice pass by Eniga.
Goes for the spike to the tack, ends up being short and in the net, and just like that, it's going to send Ellsworth to set point. And I'm not too sure what happened there. We don't exactly have a super great view with the student section and the line judge, but it looked like there was a little bit of confusion on kind of getting the arm down on the spike. Game point, it's going to roll off a wall, and Ellsworth will take set 2.
Set 2 final score, Ellsworth 25, Prescott Cardinals 18. As we go into the break between the second and third sets tonight, Prescott is down 0-2. Third set is coming up, and third set has to go in Prescott's favor, or our night is over.
We will recognize Prescott seniors at the conclusion of tonight's match.
Mr. Ryan just mentioned, I saw the senior volleyball players' posters Tuesday when we were here, and I thought they were doing parent night and senior night the same night, but it's actually senior night tonight. So at the end of the match, the 4 seniors will be recognized. Those seniors are Amanda Miller, Ruby Bernick, Anna Weinrich, and Elise Welter. You can always tell when it's an Ellsworth game. When we're playing Ellsworth, there are more people in the stands. It's not as far to drive. You get a lot more away visitors.
And that's kind of nice to see too. Just even like the kind of the camaraderie between the schools in the Middle Border Conference. I think it's something that's really special to this area, and it's great to see. Especially when you have a lot of these athletes in the stands. A lot of these people know each other, whether through farming communities or
they're
playing
related
sports together, or they're
related.
We've got a lot of those people, that's for sure. It's just really great to see.
It is, it is. Yeah, there's mat 6 on both sides of the court tonight. Although I know that there is, well, I'm sure there are some distant, some distant relatives. There's got to be some relation there, right?
Right. Well, looks like we're coming out of the little break, and both these teams are raring to go. I think they still had about a minute left on their intermission, but both these teams are like, we're ready, let's do this.
Okay, our liberos are checked in. Prescott is starting with the serve this set.
It's going to start with Michaela Johnson. Reminder, Prescott needs to win the set if they want to play anymore. That first serve is going to end up in the net.
Miss serves have hurt us.
Absolutely. It definitely is.
I'd say hurt us. Yep.
I'd say out of all the problems that these teams have had tonight, I think that kind of miss serves has really been kind of the defining detail. Great move by Amanda Miller. Manages to get over the block. Ellsworth trying to return, and Prescott responds with a block of their own, but it ends out of bounds. And it's a good move and the right idea.
Yep. Just hands angled a little too far out.
And it's really easy if you get that wall up too early. The player that sends the ball at you, they can angle that very easily. Ball comes across. Attack tries to get her hands on it. Ends up short. It's going to send Ellsworth to an early 3-0 start. Deep serve by May Peterson. Carly Wall in the cross. Ellsworth puts their hands on it. And a tap. Good recovery by Emily Eniga. And good spot. Ellsworth keeps it alive. And great touch by Ella Pajic.
Nice job from Ella there. And then it just kind of bounced a few times, off of Mayer, just a couple times.
Prescott gained their first point of the set, sends Ruby Burnick back to serve. Gets past the Prescott block, goes for the setup to Emily Eniga. She goes for the tap deep. And a spike attack, trying to get her hands on it again. Those Ellsworth hitters, though, they're doing a great job.
They are. They really are.
Putting in a spot. They know that Grace Patak, she can move fast, she can move far. They're managing to put it just out of reach. Set goes up. Emily Eniga drops the hammer. And they're going to say that she touched the net.
Oh, went under. She must have, yep. So she must have crossed, I believe, if memory serves. You can step on the line, but your foot cannot go entirely over that center line.
Good dig by Michaela Johnson. Sends Ellsworth scrambling. They managed to return on a very funky cross. Sends Amanda Miller up. She goes for the tap, and they have no idea it's coming. That's another great look of her being able to choose how hard she wants to get that ball.
Yep.
Drops it right into that spot where it's very hard to defend.
Well, and she gets enough height that it's not hard for her to put, to put that tap just right over the block.
Absolutely. Ellsworth gets a free ball. And the cross ends in the net. That's going to bring the game to 3-5. Prescott now only down 2. And I go back to serve.
Very close to the net on that one. Block slows things down.
Zach comes across. Manages to send it back over. Gets past the block.
That
is gonna kinda roll back.
That is some serious hustle on the part of Michaela Johnson.
Credit on that. Players that aren't willing to give up. Regan Nelson on the serve. Attack tries to drop the hammer on a cross, sets up, she tries again, is denied. And those were 2 great blocks by Ellsworth.
Coach Snyder telling Grace, just keep swinging. Just keep swinging. Okay, so Lainey Matzik's going to come in and serve for Miller again.
Cardinals down 3. Any sort of points on a serve is absolutely needed if they want to go to a 4th game. Ball goes up, it's a good serve to the back. Olivia Mayer sends the ball out of bounds. Matzik looking for a second. Drops in the pocket, and that's another ace.
Gosh, I like that campfire when it's not our campfire. There
Matzik
she goes with it again.
And that does a really good job at sinking.
Okay, nice decision on Grace's part.
And Mayer's cross ends up in the net.
She said, hey guys, I'm gonna help us all out, and I'm gonna put this way back in the back corner so we can reset.
And just like that, it's gonna put both these teams to a tied score at 7. Matzik again serving. They're gonna call that just out of bounds. And that one we had a little bit of a better look at, and I agree with that.
Yeah,
that was a good call. It's gonna send Ada Erlinson to serve for Ellsworth. Johnson on the set, attack goes up, tries for the tap, ends up rolling short. I think you can kind of start to tell she's getting in her head a little bit. I think she's able to break out of there, she's gonna be able to make some good plays, but it's really kind of focusing and relocking that in.
She is definitely in her head right now.
Good love tap by Nelson. Ball is gonna end out of bounds. Sends Ella Pahachik back down to 189. Set goes up, good tap. Wall reading. Johnson sends it back over. Has a little too much of an angle on it, ends up out of bounds. Olivia Mayer going back to serve for Ellsworth, up 2, 10-8. Attack looking on that love tap. Credit to Julia Boyle for reading that. Ends up staying on Ellsworth's side of the net. Good block by the Prescott defense. That's going to keep them alive.
And with that block, I'd like to hope that that's going to pull Grace a little bit out of her head there.
Absolutely. Taylor Starrett checking back in. And ends up managing to get it onto Ada Erlinson. And that was a close call, but it got the job done.
She was following, which is great. That's what you're supposed to do. She was following the ball just like she was supposed to do, but just didn't quite get out of the way fast enough. So
she goes for a second. This one, it's not as close to the line. Puts it back up. Goes up to Eniga. Ball is blocked.
I think Cardinals are playing a little too timid at the net now. They've gotten blocked a few times, and they're backing way off. And what they really need to be doing is just continuing to hit with power, and they'll break through the blocks.
Absolutely. With anything, the more you put your mind to it, the easier and the better it's going to be. Good cross by Wall. That ends up with a free ball for Ellsworth. Good move by Michaela Johnson. They try to pull a fast one. Eniga on the cross. Gilbertson reading. And we've got a set ball. Nelson on a tap, sends it over. Goes deep, and they're going to call that in.
Yep.
And that's a good placement, right on that corner.
Yep, I think Michaela thought for sure it was out. She pulled her hands back down just at the last second.
And there's kind of that blind spot on the left side.
Yep.
Prescott chooses to take their first time out, down 10-13. And it's definitely looking better than the last game, I'd say.
Yep, I would agree.
Still a couple of mistakes on both sides, especially kind of communication on that back line. I think that's going to also prove to be pretty important.
I think Coach Snyder's strategic decisions to sub in servers for Grace and Amanda, who are struggling a little bit with their serve tonight. Really I think it was smart. I think it was very wise, because what we're seeing is a better serving set anyway.
And like people I hear that play volleyball, and even my mom, she's down there. For anyone that didn't know, she's the JV coach. But they always say that the most important part of volleyball is that serve.
Yep.
And we're going to see a great example of that by Olivia Mayer.
Yep.
That's a good move.
That tape went her way. That's
another 50 ball. Julia Boyle up to serve. Nelson dropping the hammer. And they're going to end up getting a point.
And this is why you just keep swinging. You swing hard enough, that ball's going to bounce off, and it's going to go your way.
Johnson up to serve for Prescott. Cross and good block, ends up going right behind Carly Wall. She thought for sure that was going over her, but ended up just kind of plopping down. And that's an awkward ball.
That is, yes.
Reese Matzik coming back to serve, ends up in the net. Keeps the game at 3. There's going to be a couple of substitutions as Ruby Bernick checks in.
Great serve from Ruby.
And good tap. Michaela Johnson read that one like a book. A little bit of confusion on who's getting that bump.
Great coverage.
Goes up.
That was great coverage by Ruby. She was right where she needed to be.
That Ellsworth block, though, was really strong.
Yes.
Emma Emlyn Anega denied twice, leading to another point for Ellsworth. Ball goes deep. Anega going for a tap. Mayer tries to spike across. Ends up with the set going back to Amanda Miller. Goes deep, here's the set. Mayer again.
Oh!
And looks like Grace Matak is barely going to get her hand on that.
Yep, she did.
And that's another one of those close balls where it's hard to tell if that's going in or out. So you got to give credit to the effort that she put in. But Ellsworth's done a very good job at keeping the ball away from her in the back line. Good dig by Bernick. Another good cross by Anega. Ellsworth on a bit of a scramble. Here's a potential free ball for Prescott.
You know, we have managed to get Ellsworth out of system quite a bit, but we just are not capitalizing on that.
Good attempt at a touch by Amanda Miller. Ended up just being short on the net. They call 4 touches on Prescott. Sends Olivia Gilbertson back to serve. Here comes the set and a good block by Amanda Miller and Emlyn Anega. Left side cross. They're going to call it out of bounds.
Okay, so Anega is going to serve for Prescott here. We do have a score of 13-18 right now.
Mayer choosing for the tap. Goes for the set-up attack. It's got the power. It's a little too horizontal, though.
Trying to avoid the block.
Regan Nelson checking in. She's going to serve for Ellsworth. Set goes up to Amanda Miller, who drops the hammer.
Nicely done.
It's a great move, great spin. Ends up going out of bounds. Delaney Nelson and Lainey Matzik are going to check in. And Lainey Matzik, her first varsity start, she's been doing very well. 3 aces. Mayer on the cross. And Emlyn Anega cannot get her hands on that. It's just a hard ball and a really weird position on that left side for the Prescott defense.
Cardinals have also struggled with court awareness all night tonight. It's vital that you know where you are on the court.
Nelson trying to drop the hammer. Good block by Ellsworth. Brings Ellsworth up to 21. 4 points to close out the game. Prescott needs a stop. Grace Patak on the love tap. Good read. Comes back across Mayer. And that is just a very strong spike. She's been a problem for that defense all night. And Coach Schneider's going to choose to take a second and final timeout in hopes that he can rally his players.
Well, this is not the Prescott team that we saw in the first set.
Absolutely.
So we have to figure out how to maintain that stamina and that energy and just the mindset.
And I'm really trying to figure it out because looking at that first game, you could tell they're willing to fight for it. But I'm kind of trying to figure out what's kind of changed as opposed to the game with Amory of how they stuck in. I'd say they're probably on a similar skill level, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But still kind of confusing, trying to figure out what's changed, whether it's the energy or the confidence. Whatever it is, though, they need to find it if they want to keep playing. That's going to send us out of the timeout. Ada Erlandson serving for Ellsworth. They need 3 points to close out. Ball goes up to Nelson, goes deep. And they're going to call that in. Great placement by Nelson.
Well,
right on that corner.
Even without the touch, it was in.
It was a good move.
So, yeah.
Sends Ella Pahachik back to serve for Prescott. Down 7, 15-22. That's a good low serve, and it's an ace.
Very nice.
And they need these small victories right now if they want another set. Pahachik again serving. Ends up going a little farther back. Goes deep and out of bounds. Another point now, only down 5. And hopefully it's looking like this Prescott team is starting to find what they're missing. Another serve by Pahachik, some confusion. Sets up a free ball. Attack choosing to bump it over. And the spike ends in the net.
Those, I love those back row attacks, but
they're hard.
They're hard, yes.
And another ace for Pahachik. And Ellsworth is going to choose to take their first timeout. And we've seen a very fast change of momentum. The moment that Prescott got up to serve, now it's just a 3-point game, 19-22. I think you got to give credit, especially to Ella Pahachik. That serve game has been on point, and I think that very well could be the reason why Prescott's still in this right now.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of pressure on a freshman, and you have to give credit where that's due. Both these teams kind of just talking over their game plan. Ellsworth hoping to close out here and now, get the stop. Coach Schneider urging on his players to keep up what they're doing because it's looking good. Both teams come out of that timeout. Ella Pahachik still serving for Prescott, down 3, 19-22. Serve goes up. That's good. There's some confusion. Ellsworth manages to send it back. And they're going to call that barely in. And there's some more of a little struggle with that court awareness by Michaela Johnson of kind of thinking that that's out of bounds, and that could prove to be very costly. Mayer on the serve, botches it. Prescott still alive. And Taylor Sterud checks in to serve for Prescott.
We have a score of 20-23.
And that is a great serve.
That was really a nice serve, yes.
Sterud on a good dig. Tap by Eniga. Both these teams are kind of scrambling. Maggie McCarty barely managing to get that handover.
Yeah.
And that's a great play. And that's going to put Ellsworth at set point. And they cannot afford to give another one up. Libero Julia Boyle serving. Wall drops the hammer and Prescott is alive.
Johnson serving.
That's going to send Michaela Johnson back to serve, 21-24. They cannot afford any more mistakes.
Nope.
Here it comes, good deep serve.
Okay, they are out of system. Now we need to take advantage of it.
Sends back to Wall, good move by her. Both these teams scrambling and miscommunicate. Oh, and it stays over. And just like that, that's gonna close out the third and final set. Ellsworth taking it 25-21, and what a crazy last play. It looked like Ellsworth lost control of that. But then a great position bump sends that right over, and Prescott is unable to react.
Okay, before we sign off, Just real quick shout out, one last shout out to our Booster Club members, American Legion Post 61, Cerna House Chevrolet, Croy Insurance Agency, First National Bank of River Falls and Prescott, Heart, Hands and Mind Childcare, Helmer Printing in Ellsworth, Wisconsin, New Adventures Learning Center, Prescott Family Dental, PC Bonkers, Patax IGA, River City Stitch, Shangri-La Salon, Prescott Tourism Committee, Wisconsin Credit Union, Word of Mouth Detailing, and all of our cable and YouTube viewers. Stephen and I are ready to sign off. Thanks everyone for joining us. Thanks to the dynamic Peterson duo of Luke and Ayla again, and to Heather and Emmett. And finally, to our master, our Jedi Master, Larry M. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you back next week.